All right. So if you've never been to a CrossFit gym before, most people walk in and they say, "Where are the machines?" And a joke the trainers like to make is, "Where are the machines?" So today I'm going to be describing the benefits of CrossFit and the techniques that you get from it. A little bit of a background. I played football my entire life, and until I got hurt at the Air Force Academy, that's when I found CrossFit. And now not only do I coach CrossFit, but I'm a certified trainer and I compete in it as well. CrossFit is defined as high intensity, constantly varied functional movements. Being physically fit is a part of everyday life, and it's an aspect that we all need to pay attention to. So in this presentation, I'm going to be going over the definition of CrossFit, the three functions, and describing how it's beneficial for everybody. The first topic I'm going to be talking about is the portion of the definition, high intensity. High intensity is a style of working out where you achieve 90 to 95% of your maximum heart rate. So this is beneficial because you don't have to work out for as long while you achieve a little bit more benefits from it. Another reason that's beneficial is because of this thing called EPOC. EPOC is known as excess post-exercise oxygen consumption. It's a lot, but what this means is because of the high intensity that you're training at, after you're done, you're still burning more calories for a longer period of time, even though you're not working out. Compared to just a traditional cardio workout where you only achieve usually about 60% of your maximum heart rate, you don't burn as many calories once you're done. So let's go on and let's talk about a traditional HIIT workout or high intensity interval training. In this workout, it's about 21 minutes. That is about a 5-minute warm up, 3 Tabata workouts, and then a 5-minute cool down. Tabata is simply 4 minutes of 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest for each movement. And the two movements for this workout was burpees and jump squats. So if you go back, you can see that during this 21-minute duration, the average person burned anywhere from 190 to 270 calories. If you take that and you ran on a treadmill, for 21 minutes, the average person only burns about 120 calories. So that's the benefits of HIIT training. For athletes, HIIT training is great because you're at a high threshold. It allows you to break through plateaus. Since you're constantly moving and that you're at that maximum heart rate range, you're never going to settle for anything. All right, let's go on to my second topic, which is constantly varied. So a good thing about CrossFit is that, sorry, one second. So yeah, the one good thing about CrossFit is that there's no one set of movements. You can scale different kinds of movement for every different person, for your capabilities, everything like that. One of the main movements is a ring muscle up. A lot of the top athletes are able to do a ring muscle up, but obviously not everyone can. If you're not as strong, we can always go to banded pull-ups or regular pull-ups depending on your capabilities. And if you can't do banded pull-ups, you can do ring rows. Another thing is CrossFit does incorporate everybody who has a lot of disabilities, so they work with that as well, depending on what you are capable of. The third topic that I'm going to be talking about is probably the most important, which is functional movements. Now, functional movements, what this means is you're taking what you're doing in the gym and how it translates to either your sport or your everyday life. The first movement we're going to be talking about is deadlift. So deadlift, all it really is bending over, picking up a bar, and setting it down. You can see this in everyday life just by picking up boxes, right? The good thing by training this is we're going to learn how to protect ourselves. So if we do pick up things, we're not going to injure our back, and we'll be doing it for a lot longer. Another movement is squats. Squats essentially is standing up and sitting down. I'm sure this is very beneficial, especially for elderly people. I mean, I'm sure we all know some elderly people who do struggle standing up or sitting down and need some kind of assistance. if they were working with CrossFit or just working with a trainer maybe twice a week, they wouldn't have that issue. I know I know that if I have a kid one day and I leave with my grandparents, and I would want to be assured that they'd be able to pick up my kid. If my kid falls, they'd be able to get up, or if they fall, they'd be able to get themselves back up. The last thing I want to talk about, which makes CrossFit unique, is the community. Oh, sorry. For athletes, the way it translates is, for example, the power clean. For football, it creates a lot of hip explosion, which leads to powerful running, as you can see here, and tackling by big hits, just because of the translational movements that you get from working out. And finally is the aspect of community. No matter who you are, what you do, whenever you come into a CrossFit gym, you're there to better yourselves, and that's what everyone is there for. Doesn't matter what you do, how good you are, everyone realizes that you want to be better, and they're going to push you no matter what. I'm sure we all have been to a 24 Hour Fitness or something like that, where there's a guy like this that walks around and makes you feel small and doesn't want, just puts you down. So that is my presentation on CrossFit. I hope it was interesting. I hope I gave you a couple insights on why it's beneficial, and I encourage you to try it out.
I'm sorry, I forgot to remind Xavion, he's doing the written evaluation, and Jay is supposed to do the oral evaluation. Jay, are you here? No, of course not, that would just be...
Is it expensive?
Yeah, it is expensive.
Like, how much?
Like
general...
140 a month.
Yeah.
That's why I put it in.
Are you just
140 a month to do burpees and squats?
What does that like go towards though?
I'm sorry.
So it's like coaching
Like just
and
keeping the facility open? Or what?
Seems like a deal.
Yeah, like CrossFit, the membership fees to be an affiliate.
Oh,
If you want to do competitions and stuff like that,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
coaches
yeah.
have to get trained and
oh.
judge it and everything like that. So, yeah, it is expensive. That's why I like to coach.
All right, well, I like the joke that you have at the beginning, we are the machines. I think that makes a lot of sense, and I think people get a sense of what CrossFit must be like from the very beginning. I think you give us some nice personal credibility at the beginning of the speech as well. Your goal is relatively clearly stated, and you've got a layout of the supporting structure of the speech. That's okay. That's perfectly fine. I did think, however, that once you got into those individual points, that we sometimes got a little bit overwhelmed with bits and pieces of information, but especially with the visuals. I didn't count exactly, but there must have been 6 or 7 visuals in that first section, and then there were more in the second section. So it's a little bit too busy.
Okay.
Too busy in what you're talking about, and I think you need to simplify some things. At the end, somebody's asking about how much it was, and you said $140 a month, whatever. Yeah, I don't know if you heard my smart-ass comment here. Wait, $140 a month to do burpees and squats? Well, is that all there is to it? Because if that's all there is to it, tell you what, you give me $120 and I'll watch you do burpees and squats. There's got to be more to it than that, that sort of thing. And so it just feels a little bit like there's something else that's going on. At the beginning, I thought you were doing a good job because you explained, the high intensity workout, and you're talking about the cardio rate and how it's going to burn calories after you're done. And I'm going, okay, this is all good. Need a little source citation on the content there, but that's the good stuff. And then after that, it just doesn't feel quite as full of information as that first section was. And so I thought that was a little bit problematic. The best things that you've got going for you, first of all, you're talking to us about something that you know, so you're pretty confident in speaking to us, and you aren't overly dependent on the notes. You're engaging the audience for the most part. Plus, you've got a little bit of patter, probably like the opening joke, for instance, is something that you guys do when you're doing the CrossFit training when people come in, that kind of thing. And I like the little joke at the end about the walking around the other gym, and there's always that guy who's making you feel inadequate about yourself by comparison. I don't know that I wouldn't feel inadequate about myself if I'm I'm falling and I can't get up. And I said, hey, come on, do that squat. I said, no, I couldn't do it. I got stuck here. And everybody just shakes their head and goes, okay, well, and they all encourage me to get up by myself. That's great. I'm, just being a little bit facetious.
Oh, yeah.
I think I could get up, but I mean, I could understand why some people might be in that situation. And I like the other idea where you talked about, look, this is something that people could use all throughout their lives. You mentioned, people who are elderly and might have difficulty. They need to be able to do that kind of thing. So I thought that was good too. The summary's okay. And you actually had a pretty good exit line, so that helps as well. All right, I'm going to stop there because, like I said, I have